Hi, this is Ray, and I'm here to interview Baba Osha Bimi, and we are going to cover a lot of different subjects in a short period of time, so hang on to your hats. First of all, Baba, I'd like to find out a little bit more about you, like your background. Did you grow up here in California?
No, actually I didn't physically grow up here in California. I grew up in Mississippi, Chicago via Mississippi, as we black people take that journey from the south up to the north, Michigan, and ended up in Chicago, Illinois, where I grew up as a young boy and teenager.
Mm-hmm. And as a teenager and growing up, did you always have an interest in spirituality and consciousness and energy and things like that?
I think unconsciously I had a entrance in it. I remember out-of-body experiences when I was a boy, astral traveling and stuff like that, but when we're young children, we don't know what that stuff is, and we don't have the guidance. I think I was blessed because my parents really didn't indoctrinate me with religion or calcify my pineal gland, so it was knocking, and a divine spirit was guiding me then as a young child.
And at what point did you find your life's work and your path? Was it as a young man, or how did that occur?
Actually, it was not as a young man. When I got into my late 20s, traveling from the Midwest here to California, where a lot is going on at, and so it opened me up. Then the divine guidance were knocking heavily at my door, and I began to study, and particularly study about self and how I can better enhance myself and open up to the natural organ divine man that I am. So my late 20s. Which was actually another awakening episode for me.
And was there ever any point where you had like a peak experience or a breakthrough that we sometimes hear about, where you found yourself on a new level?
Actually, there was in San Francisco, California, when I had actually learned the discipline of keeping myself still and not running amok and running about in the outside material world. I learned how to stay still in myself. I wasn't in any relationships. I wasn't distracted or nothing like that. So during that period of time, for 7 years, I stayed inside of what I call a little room, which became my chamber of transformation. I had crystals hanging from the walls. And I learned about energy work and raising my consciousness and energy. And during that period of time, it was very intense because I shut myself out from the outside world. And that is where I found the knowledge of self, and the universe was talking to me then. I even lost like my eyesight on one side. Physically, I was able to see from a spiritual eye. And so during that period of time, that's when, like, I guess the miracle happened, or the awakening happened. Yeah.
And then you were saying that you had crystals and the energy work that you were doing at that time. Did you find yourself being able to help heal people? And is this when you started to do the work you're doing now?
Well, after I initially worked on myself, and I have a strong desire to always go into and keep myself maintained. After all of that, I was able to go out and begin to get certified in some type of healing practice, and I found a healing which they call Reiki healing that we've been doing for millions of years. My great-great-grandparents did, laying of the hands. So that's the type of healing that I got attracted to after coming out of this chamber of transformation, and because I wanted to be close with people and really go into something deep, and I felt that type of healing is a deep, intimate healing that I can work good with myself and with other people. So I found the master then. Well, the master found me. In Marin, California. I had to travel to get that. Now that I was ready. Yeah.
And you you brought some of your crystals and other sacred objects with you. Can you describe some of these objects?
Well,
Some highlights of.
really briefly, crystals should be used at this time with what's going on in the minds of the people and on the planet, because they facilitate rapid transformation and they clear up the foggy thoughts that people are going through and bring clarity to the mind. Like the one I have on my head, these are all handmade, my creation. This is what I call the pineal gland opener, and it's different type of crystals are embedded in. There's a certain point, like right here is the pineal gland, and that's moldavite, and right here is moonstone, so it creates right brain thinking. But it gives you it slows the mind down and gives you clarity, and it can be used in meditation or sleep, or you can sleep in it. But it helps facilitate clarity of the mind so that pineal gland can open, so we can truly see. Sometimes I call it the pineal gland blaster. You know, so that's what this is. And this is a cosmic crystal healing belt for women that they put around their waist.